Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back one more time, just one more time, to this little thing that we've been doing here, where we listen to music and we review it. My name's Jack Jump. I'm not the host of this YouTube channel. Maybe I should. I'm not the owner of this YouTube channel. That would be my good friend Liam Huser. Liam, would you like to introduce yourself and your baby brother?
Hey, I'm Lee. I'm Mr. Lee. And Jack, although he is kind of the host, if I'm being honest, it is my channel. So, Jack, thank you for coming on as a guest. And
Thank you for
yeah,
having me.
I'd like to introduce my dearest brother. He goes by many aliases. We call him CPH. What's up, bro?
Not much, big bro. My name's Colin, and I'm here to review some music.
Now, we're a wild crew of guys that take what are called the greatest albums of all time and we give them a listen and see if we think that it's overrated or if it's worth its merit. I guess that's what you
Do you
would
guys think there's a difference between
describe this.
greatest and best?
No, I do think there's a
No.
difference between greatest and favorite.
Sorry, guys, I wasn't rocking with the backwards hat today. But
That's all right.
CPH, why don't you tell them what album we're doing?
We are doing Blonde on Blonde by Bob Dylan.
Mr. Robert Zimmerman himself. By the way, did you
Oh,
guys ever watch the Bob Dylan movie with Timmy Chalamet?
no, I didn't.
No, I did watch Marty Supreme
Is that good? I was
since
gonna
last summer.
watch
I
Yeah,
heard that was good. I
it was
have seen the
it was
Bob
pretty
Dylan
good.
movie, actually.
Was Bob Dylan movie any good?
I liked it a lot. I
I'd
think
give it a watch.
that if you like Timmy Chalamet, that you would like it. I'm not a huge biopic guy, but I think Bob Dylan is one of those guys that should have a biopic. Kind of like, when they make like like everyone has one now, it seems like, but it kind of makes sense for him too.
They should do a cruiser biopic.
It's in the works. You'll never
Really?
guess who's playing Jack Jump.
Who?
Hell, hell.
No, I can't say, man. It
Danny
would,
DeVito?
Oh, come on, man.
yeah,
I
yeah. Can
want
you
to hear
imagine? Can you imagine Danny DeVito playing Jack?
it.
That would be
He'd do a
awesome.
good job.
Yeah, he
He'd do a
would
good
because he's a
job.
great actor.
No, I think Ricky
Aquafina.
from Trailer Park Boys would play Jack.
I think
Yeah.
Aquafina would play me.
Gary Busey plays me.
Yeah, he would look good. He would look
Yeah.
real good with Gary Busey
He's
attire
got
on.
like a wig on.
Oh.
Or no, he doesn't even do anything with his hair. We're all just
he
old.
he looks the exact same.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Bob Dylan, probably the most iconic. Did something happen to the audio for you guys?
No.
No, it sounds the same to me.
What the hell? Something
Why?
happened to me.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Hold on, I'm
Can
gonna
you hear
pause
me?
it. Sorry about that. Anyway, I think my garage band opened up, which had mucked it up a bit. Let me see something
It
here.
was Jack's fault.
But
Mm-hmm.
He
It
hacked into the
was my
mainframe.
fault. It
Bob
was
Dylan,
my
one of
fault.
the most iconic songwriters of all time, I would say. Probably not arguably, also a bit polarizing. How much Bob Dylan did you guys know?
Um, to be honest, I probably know, like, I know a lot of Bob Dylan songs. I've heard a lot of them, but yeah, I don't really listen to Bob Dylan, so I couldn't like name a bunch, but I probably know a decent bit.
I
Yeah, I
Go
hadn't
ahead.
listened to too much Bob Dylan in my day. But I knew obviously he's one of those guys, like you said, who's like more polarizing, really, than anything. So like even if you don't know a Bob Dylan song, you know who Bob Dylan is, and you know what he sounds like, and what kind of music he makes and things like that. So I hadn't. This was the first Bob Dylan album I listened to in its
Me too.
Interesting,
entirety.
interesting. Well, it's definitely one of his most iconic ones. Now, I knew this one. I know I'm pretty big Bob Dylan fan. I'm not like some people are like crazy fans where like they like do research on the lyrics and like know all the outtakes and like I know his 60s and 70s stuff like reasonably well. And then like some stuff outside of that. But yeah, no, I like old Bobby D. Uh Definitely a iconic artist, in my opinion, justified. Now, I'm not saying my opinion on the album. Now, Jack, why don't you, you, I've always kind of been struck that you've been a Bob Dylan hater. Am I correct in saying that? Maybe that's just exaggerating on my end.
I wouldn't say I'm a Bob Dylan hater. Um, I don't hate Bob Dylan,
No, not as
but
a person. But, well, I don't know. Maybe you
yeah,
do.
but I do think that he is a little overrated. I really, really do. I think that and I've said this before, and I'll say it again right now. I think that he makes music that is like perfect for covers. Perfect to be covered. He's a fantastic songwriter, but never really for me was kind of the guy on the stick. You know what I mean? But he took over and did what he did. So that's what I think about Bob Dylan. Maybe my opinion has changed on that. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And that's why I wanted to get that out of the way because
Mhm.
I know usually we talk about that at the end, but I think that
Yeah,
it's a good caveat for the video because I've been looking forward. Now, Jack, we have a lot of similarities in our music tastes, I would say,
we do. We do.
but we do differ from time to time. And, I like getting in a good argument with my boy Jack. I
I
like,
do too. I
yeah,
Is it
like that
because
as
he's
well.
big? So it's like more to argue to?
I like how
Dang.
Colin's just been
Yeah.
sitting there listening, then he just goes and body shames Jack.
That's not
So,
body shaming. It was a question. I
No,
never said it.
no,
Is it
that
because
was
he's
you
big and
did.
being big's bad? That I never said that.
No, you
yeah,
body shame me, and it's okay, but it is what it is. I'm used to it at this point. It's been happening for 25 years.
Oh
yeah.
my God, you're such a wuss. You'd never last a
Anyway,
day. You'd never
so,
last a day in Roseville, New Jersey.
yeah.
Shut up, dude, about New Jersey. I hate New Jersey.
Screw you.
Damn, we're
Wow.
gonna get some flack in if we're already starting this one off crazy, but this is I guess we'll give some background. This is his seventh album. Do you guys look at the Wikipedia at all?
Nope.
I do. I
Yeah,
do.
so as Jack will know then, there is a fucking lot of information on there.
It was kind
Like
of insane.
that is one thing about Bob Dylan. He has like more lore than any music artist I can think of, where it's like every single
Good hit.
thing that dude did has been like somehow documented and it was like extremely extra, but basically it was recorded in New York. Bob Dylan was like, "Hey, I'm not vibing with it," with this band called the Hawks. Now, those guys later went on to be known as the band. So,
Ooh, I didn't know that. I love the
Ah,
yeah.
band. I love the band.
So that's like they were called Levon and the Hawks, and Bob Dylan was jamming with these guys. If you don't know, this
Levon
is
Helms.
this is three albums into his Electric trilogy, which is after he was at Newport Folk Festival. They hated him because he plugged in his guitar and had a band. Because before that, he was like the folk singer guy, right? And now he's like, I'm trying to
hmm
rock out. So he wasn't vibing
Respect.
though with those guys. So he went to Nashville and finished it with session musicians. Um, he had like a bunch of different bands. So if you look at the credits on this album, that it's all over the place. Um, and they wanted him to record a follow-up to Positively Fourth Street, which was a successful single. And he was like, "No, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that." And so that's basically what this album is. So a lot of the like New York songs got resurfaced um, on like the bootleg series because he also has like a million bootleg albums. So
What do you
Levon
mean
Helm
by that?
left
What do you mean by bootleg albums?
like unreleased songs. They're made on an
Hmm.
album. So it'll be like I don't know. He's been around for so long that he's amassed so much stuff. Very prolific, and he wanted this to be kind of like ambient sounding, like not noisy, but like sound like a live band, right? So
This album?
he
Okay, I get that.
removed like the baffles in the studio. Jack knows what those are. So like he
Oh yeah.
wanted like mic bleed. And I was listening to this and I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of get that vibe. But that's just some background on it. It's his seventh album. So I think we should do Jack first, then me, then CPH. Because I
I
think
think that's a
Jack will
good
be the
plan.
hater. I'll be the guy maybe defending it. And
And
then
I'm gonna be the
CPH,
cool guy.
yeah, CPH will be the mediator. So this is also our first double album we've ever done. Want to throw that out there.
Oh,
What? I didn't even know that. How'd you know that?
Cause I just look at the length, dude.
Cheater.
It really wasn't
14.
that long.
So what's the
For
long?
yeah,
Like a
for a double
quadruple
album,
album?
that's still a
Yeah, it is
double
for a
album.
double.
That album's so damn long.
But do you guys generally do you like double albums? Jack or
I would say my favorite, possibly my favorite album of all time is Double Album.
To
Yes,
be honest with you, I don't care. It just depends on the album.
yeah,
that is
so
true. That is true. You're playing a risky game with a double album.
yeah, I agree. Like sometimes it's too damn much, but if it's from an artist that I really like, it's usually going to be my favorite by them.
I
Like
think that
Yeah.
double
Physical
albums
Graffiti,
are harder to
White
do.
Album. Oh yeah, for sure. They're definitely harder to
Physical
do.
Graffiti was my favorite Zeppelin album for a while.
Yeah, like that's a
That's
classic.
that
The
might be
White
my favorite right now.
Album, The River, like a bunch of really good double albums out
The
there.
Wall's a
Exile on
double
Main
album.
Street, The Wall. Yeah, a lot of
But
good
then
double
again, I
albums.
also love albums like Animals per se, where there's really only three songs.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, let's hop right into it. Side one, Jack.
All right. So the first song, Rainy Day Woman, number 12, and number 35. Um, I like this one. I think it was cool. I think it was yeah, I know, dude. You think I'm a hater. I'm not. I told you I'm not that much of a hater. I liked how it was orchestrated. It kind of sounded I almost I said it sounded almost like a campfire song if the campfire was in New Orleans in the 1920s. Like like everybody was was taking their turns singing, but
What
there was
happened to
also
Lena?
like this huge big band. Um, I think like again, songwriting wise, like lyrically, it was really cool. Um, Pro weed, he liked weed, and this song came out in a very anti-weed time.
Or
Didn't have the
rocks,
most,
maybe.
or what?
Rocks, like Stones.
Oh, okay. Ha ha ha. Shut up, CPH. You're at the end of this. Um, so I'm gonna say this once. Actually, that's not true. I'm gonna say it a lot, but this is gonna be the first time I say it, and I'm gonna try and not say it uh throughout because you could. This applies to literally every single song that's on this album. um, Bob Dylan is not a good singer. I'm sorry. He does not. He is not a fucking good singer. I think his vocals suck. I think this song and every song basically on this album, maybe with the exception of one that I'll get to at the end, would sound better if there was another singer singing it. He's a great. He plays the guitar well. I think he plays the keys on a few songs. Plays those well. But good
Harmonica.
God, he harmonica, harmonica. He plays good harmonica.
Lord
But
knows he
good
loves
God,
that fucking harmonica.
he just sounds like he's drunk this entire album, and it is not good. I do not like it. And like I said, I'll say that again, but I just know that I could say that about every single song, and I won't because I don't want to beat a dead horse. So there we go. Now that that's out of the way,
All right.
whoever, yeah,
So I don't know whether I think this might be his most like Bob Dylan sounding vocals album. Like I feel like this is the one where he was really like doing that nasal thing, like to an extreme. And like
hmm
I'll get into that more later, but Rainy Day Women number 12 and number 35. First of all, yes, this does sound like it is in a circus, okay? And like for like if you
At a
only knew
saloon.
Bob Dylan from
yeah,
like he is the times they are changing, blowing in the wind guy, you'd be listening to this and be like, what the fuck? Because it sounds kind of like nothing. It's about nothing. So like, yeah, I guess like people were saying it's about weed. He said that it's not. I think Bob Dylan is a massive troll, though. I'm pretty sure. Like,
yeah. I think he's
I
probably
think
just
he's a
lying.
troll. I think he's a
Yeah,
troll, which is part of why I like him. Is he strikes me as a guy that just does not give a fuck at all. He just doesn't
yeah.
care. Always wants to do his own thing, and has been able to do so his entire career. Um, but yeah, no, I like this song. I kind of tried to write down because I feel like, we'd be doing a disservice by not talking about the lyrics at least a little bit. So, like,
Yeah.
my favorite line in this one is they'll stone you when you're at the breakfast table, to stone you when you are young and able. So, I guess he's kind of talking about like weed, but I also am kind of getting like a little bit of like they're always gonna put you down no matter what, brother. I'm getting some of that out of it.
Yeah, you're right.
And I was I was reading the producer was like, Bobby, what are we doing here, man? Um, like why it just sounds like it's the Salvation Army. And then he was like, can we get the Salvation Army to be on this? And that's when they added like all the extra stuff to it.
What the hell?
But yeah, no, it also like it's got like the themes of universal persecution and judgment. I when I researched it. Um, so yeah, no, I like this one. I will say it is kind of confusing he made this the album opener, but at the same point, I don't really know where else it would fit on the album, and I think it's kind of cool. So I like this one. It's not one of my favorites, but I like it.
Yeah, I also like this song. I agree with the last point you made. Why's that? Why'd you emote?
I don't know, dude.
Um, when I agree with what you just said about I don't really know where else it would fit, so I kind of like it as the beginning of the album. I think this one's kind of like I don't really know where it would take place. Maybe somewhere in like Kentucky or something. There's a bunch of drunk people at a bar and they're doing karaoke, and the Bob Dylan goes up there and sings this, and it's just like it just seems like I don't know. There's a bunch of people having fun. Like it's a funny song. Like I feel like it's pretty obviously supposed to be kind of satire. So I mean, it's funny. It's a good song.
Yeah, yeah, I think I agree. It's not necessarily supposed to be taken too seriously,
I agree.
but it's just like it's like you said, just a bunch of fuckers having a good time, and
Yeah.
there's
Which
nothing.
is
It got to look too much farther than that.
yeah, and I think this album is so like iconic. Like obviously, Jack, you've heard of this one, I'm sure. This
Ah, yeah,
album, like, and Bob Dylan is kind of known for being, like a serious songwriter. But then like listening to this album as like a reviewer, I'm like, it kind of seems like he was trying to break out of that box a little bit. You know what I mean? With the
yeah,
whole like
Yeah, I
rock
could see
band
that.
and so yeah, I guess we all like this one.
yeah. All right, next up, pledging my time. Um, so I know I just said I'm not going to say it for every song, but brother, I just cannot imagine this song would not sound better if there was not like a proper blues singer singing the song, like someone who can
Hey,
really
the Mets
belt it
won.
out. The
Sorry.
Mets one.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's fucking shocking.
Yeah. 5-1.
Um, like like I said, it just did not. It was just like I cannot imagine that this would have sounded anything but just so much better if there was like a proper like blues howler singing this song. That being said, I think instrumentally it was really cool. The harmonica and the guitar were pretty like textbook Chicago style blues. And again, he is, I think, a talented musician and very talented songwriter, but just vocally, brother, it's just bad. It was not good.
So I also like this song. I like that he is like in touch with the blues at this point, like in the album
Yeah,
and in his career. Like I didn't realize that before like this listen. I'm like, damn, he is like kind of a blues guy on a lot of this album, which I love the blues, so I think that's cool. And Jack, although okay, let me get this out of the way. I like Bob Dylan's vocals, all right? I think he has a lot of spunk, okay? And I know I said that last video, but I honestly was thinking this. I think the same thing applies. I think that uh, I'm not arguing that he's not a Rob Halford or a Freddie Mercury or a Bruce
right,
Dickinson
right.
or even a Debbie Harry for that matter. But I don't know, dude. I just like I was listening to the album and I'm like I fucking I get why people don't like it. And I get that it's an acquired taste, but I'll tell you what, one thing that they blues guys aren't doing is they're not writing lyrics like this, okay? I like when well they sent for the ambulance and one was sent, somebody got lucky, but it was an accident. Like that's pretty slick, man.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's kind of like I'm getting that this is kind of about like, a desperate guy. He's pledging his time to a lady, committed to this lady, and she's not reciprocating. And so I can kind of get why he's got the blues track over this. And yeah, Jack, I like that you commented about the band because like they have like this feel of like they're just like, what key's the song in? Okay, yeah,
yeah,
let's run it. And it's just like
yeah. Yeah.
Whether I think the only guy in the band playing on this album is Robbie Robertson, the guitar player, but the rest of the band like love the organ throughout the album. The harmonica is cool. Sometimes I will say the harmonica is a I wish they brought it down to mix a little bit. There's a few times where like it is ear piercing. So
I
Yeah.
I don't
agree.
love that, but I like this song a lot.
I thought this one was all right. I feel like there's a lot of songs on this album where I think of the like musicianship is really good throughout this whole album, but it's just kind of like I would need to be at a campfire to like really be listening to this. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Jack said
Hmm.
in the first one. I wrote that down probably like 6 times. That this would be better if I was at a campfire. Like it's good, but I would never listen to it. Um, but this was the first track where that started, I'd say. But like you guys are both saying, love the bluesy guitar on it. I think that I don't even know who's playing guitar. I don't know if it's Bob Dylan,
I think he's laying down some rhythm, but Robbie Robertson, I think the guy's name is Joe South, are kind of both on the album doing
but
lead.
yeah, this song is it's kind of repetitive. I can understand how Jack does not like his voice. I could also understand how people do. I'm kind of some songs I like it, some songs I don't. But this song's all right. It's nothing. It's not my favorite.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Visions of Johanna. Um, there was a organ, like some sort of organ that was hiding in the very back of the song, and I like that a lot. I think it sounded really cool. I think the production on this song, on this album, really as a whole, but on this song specifically, was really cool. The organ I was talking about, I think, was only panned to the right side, and then there was some guitar that was only panned to the left, which was kind of cool that they were kind of bouncing back and forth off each other. Um, I think the lyrics were kind of a mix of very philosophical and insightful, but also like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? Like, I'm sure that there's some meaning that I didn't know because I'm ignorant, but yeah, no, I thought the lyrics were really cool. There's when I was like listening to this album, like as like a reviewer, I was kind of thinking about like obviously music and art and movies and everything, all that stuff is subjective. Like you can't say like your opinion is wrong, but I think that there is some sort of like a objectivity that you can bring to it. Like obviously Liam is a better guitar player than I am. Even though like you can't really technically say that, but like obviously he is. And I think Bob Dylan kind of is one of those like as objectively as you can speak about music, he is good, but he's just like not for me. I just like I'm able to respect him. And this song specifically as well. Like I'm able to respect him and be like, this is a fucking good song, but I'm like, I just don't like it. It's just not for me. So um there's a lot of really cool parts of this song, but again, wasn't really for me.
I like this song a lot. All right. I th I think this is my favorite song so far. Um, I think Jack, because I'm with you, he does kind of get a little obscure with the lyrics, where like you were like, I
Yeah.
want to know what the, like I like the words he's using, but I want to know what it's about.
Hmm.
So I looked it up, and this song is about the conflict between mundane reality and an unattainable, idealized muse or vision, which would be Johanna. And it's
Yeah.
kind of the narrator is with a woman named Louise, but mentally preoccupied with an elusive spiritual ideal. I'm reading all this, by the way, capturing themes of artistic pursuit, alienation, and existential longing, which is kind of what I thought anyway. But I think this is kind of like the most classic example of Bob Dylan we get so far on the album, like the slow tempo, um, cool guitar going on. I'm with Jack. I love the whole dual keyboard, one guy's on a piano, one guy on an organ thing sound. I like that a lot. And I think as far as his vocals go, this is probably if you were a Bob Dylan vocal hater, this would probably be one of the more tolerable ones, I would imagine, like with the slow tempo. Um,
It
I
wasn't. Yeah,
like
it wasn't bad to listen to.
Yeah, and I like the part where he's talks about Mona Lisa must have had the highway blues. You can tell by the way she smiles. I like that's a cool line. The part where he's saying the ladies play
That's funny.
blind man's bluff with the keychain, and the all-night girls they whisper escapades out on the D train. Which shout out to all my train guys out there, if anyone any of them are watching.
Our middle brother Aiden, big
Yeah,
train guy.
Oh, big
yeah,
train guy.
but no, I like this song a lot. I kind of like he kind of is a bit romantic sounding on this album, if you know what I'm saying, on a few of these
Oh
songs.
yeah,
What, like you have a
Which
crush on him?
yeah, very romantic album.
Well, yeah, he's like romantic, but I also it's like he's kind of swooning to like women, but also at the same time you're like, nah, this I don't buy it. Like you don't buy it from him though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you're like this guy's a player. Like,
yeah,
and I think there's better examples later on, but I like this one a lot. This is one of the more iconic ones from the album, I'd say.
I feel like I could kind of get that this one would be more iconic listening to it. I like this song. I feel like overall on this album, I enjoy the more upbeat ones, the upbeat songs. But this one was good. I think it was less repetitive than the last song. This is probably one of my top songs on the album that's like the real slow. But I agree with what you guys are saying about the organ and piano, keyboard, whatever. I think it's great throughout the album. But this song's good. It's pretty long, but I feel like it keeps you entertained the whole time. Like I definitely didn't get bored listening to it, and I did with some shorter songs on this album.
yeah. All right. Next up, one of us must know. Parentheses sooner or later. Um, I liked this song. I thought it was really cool. I think I liked how bombastic it felt. Sounded really good instrumentally. The production and orchestration kind of reminded me a lot of what would become Bruce Springsteen. This album kind of in different parts really reminded me a lot of Bruce Springsteen. Um, so you can definitely like kind of kind of hear some inspiration there. I looked it up after I listened to it, and they said obviously they called Bruce the boss, and so they called Bruce and Bob Dylan the boss and the bard. I thought was funny.
I did this is new
Um,
lore I'm learning.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I like the message a lot of the song and lyrically. I was kind of telling about how in the end of a relationship you kind of fail to see what you did wrong, even if you did, even if you did do some stuff wrong. You sort of like, well, it wasn't my fault, even if it was.
Yeah.
Um, I thought that was cool. This is definitely my favorite on the album up to this point. I thought it was really cool.
I thought he was giving away the whole damn thing.
Me too. I was about to start screaming and crying and
Yeah.
throwing stuff
No,
everywhere.
I like this one too, Jack. I feel like this one. Yeah, there's definitely some like Bruce Springsteen vibes throughout. And obviously he was definitely inspired by Bob Dylan. Although like there's definitely differences, like especially lyrically.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
they're both
Yeah.
storytellers, but I feel like Springsteen is like extremely blunt. He's like, Freddie was working down at the diner and off the
Yeah.
turnpike, and he got off at
Yeah.
8. And then Bob Dylan, he would be like, he's just saying whatever, but he's somehow bringing it all into the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a cool song. I think the band does a really, not the band, but the band on this album. On this one, like Bob Dylan is just going for it in the chorus, dude. Like, but the band is really supporting him well. Like that piano player was going to school on this one. I said
Oh,
it
yeah.
before, but he got on the bus and drove to school. You know, that piano player. He went right to the schoolyard. This is a cool song. Yeah, I think the narrator justified his actions, claiming basically that, this is their fault. Okay. Sooner or later, you must
Yeah.
realize this is your fault. Kind of like I said before, like Bob Dylan, he's singing a lot about women on this album. Like, I don't know what he was going through, but he is absolutely like, hey, screw you. This is not my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's called Blonde on Blonde. He was dating a lot of blonde girls at the time.
Could, it definitely could be.
Yeah, I agree with Jack. This is my favorite as of right now too. I like the I don't know, just the overall, I guess, vibe of this song a lot more. I think um the organ is great on this one. Um and the keyboard and the guitar playing is all just go so well together on this track. I think this one's pretty damn good.
Yeah. All right. Next up, I Want You. Uh, Lyrically speaking and like vocally speaking, this may be the most stereotypical Bob Dylan song I've ever heard in my entire life. It really sounded a lot like the Dewey Cox parody, if you've ever seen that movie.
Great movie.
It reminded me of the scene where he was impersonating Bob Dylan. I liked it though. I think musically it was very happy and sounded upbeat. The organ was super fun. Uh, it was just a very pleasant song. Some of the chords, there was like a little bit of like sadness or like melancholy, just a little twinge in the chord progression. But other than that, I thought it was nice. It was a pleasant upbeat sounding song. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think this is a great song. This is like a pop song, you know, this for Bob Dylan, like the freaking civil rights like protest singer writing a protest song called I Want You. And I love that like bouncy melody with the guitar and the organ going together. I think that's
Hmm.
so damn cool. And at the same time though, like he clearly wants this lady, but I'm also like thinking like does he really? Like it seems sarcastic. I don't know if you get that out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Yep, yep.
I love how it just keeps going. There's no instrumental break in it. And the bridge I think is great. Uh really good song.
I agree. I like this song a lot. I think this one's a freaking jam. I wrote that down.
Yeah, this is a
This
jam.
one's so catchy. I just think this is a great song.
I'm with
Oh
you.
yeah,
Great song.
yeah. All
It's a great
right.
song.
All right.
Next up, Stuck Inside of Mobile with the Memphis Blues again.
I don't really get that. Stuck inside of Mobile. I don't really get that, but
Mobile's a town.
Mobile, Alabama.
oh, I thought it meant like a car.
No, he's talking about Mobile, Alabama. Um,
You ever been?
so I like this song. I do think it overstayed its welcome a little bit. I think he probably could have taken a minute and a half from this song and given it to the end of I Want You. Um, but other than that, I did like it for what it was. Um, I liked how it came back at the chorus each time for him to say "stuck inside a mobile with the Memphis Blues" again. Um, Again, from a songwriting and orchestration perspective, I think this sounds a lot like Bruce Springsteen. Like you said, Leon, just not maybe not lyrically. And there are some very key differences. Obviously, I would never mistake a Bob Dylan song for a Bruce Springsteen song. They sound very different, but like at their cores, I think they're pretty similar with songs like this, obviously. So yeah, I did it. I did enjoy it. I think it was just a little bit too long.
Yeah, it's definitely a long one, but I think this is a freaking great song, dude. I also love the chorus where it seems like progressively as the song gets goes on, he's more and more tired of being stuck in Mobile with the Memphis Blues again.
Dude, he
Like,
sounds kind of pissed off towards the
yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
end.
That's what I'm saying about his vocals is I like his delivery a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I love that verse where he goes, "Grandpa died last month." That part, that's a great start to verse. It's 11 verses, dude. This guy,
That's just so much. Yeah.
yeah, he just put the pen to the paper and just kept going. He just like I'm gonna finish the story I'm trying to tell, and the music is gonna adapt around that. Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah, dude, I think it kind of reflects maybe his life at that point in 1966. At this point, he's a celebrity and like becoming a rock star before it was really a thing. Like he started off as a folk singer and now he's like befriending the Beatles and becoming a rock star and like one of the most influential pop culture figures really ever, I think
Oh, for sure.
in
Yeah, for
music.
sure.
Way bigger than
So
Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, thank
Yeah,
you, dude.
not even close. She thinks that she's even been close to being stuck inside of Mobile with the Memphis Blues again, but she's maybe what stuck inside of
LA.
Allentown, PA, with the Philadelphia Blues again. That just it's not rolling off the tongue nearly as good. And
That may have been the best thing that's been said on this channel.
stuck inside of Allentown, PA, with the Philly Blues again. It's like,
Yeah,
girl, get a grip.
yeah, get a grip. You know,
Hmm.
I'm with you, dude. I'm tired of her saying that she's the new Dylan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She even literally dressed up like him with the sunglasses and the scarf and the top hat and had like little afro perm. Got her
I
hair
didn't
cut
see
short.
that.
yeah,
That's crazy.
dude.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
crazy. She
she
said,
was trying
"I'm
to
The
be
not
Bob
audacity.
Dylan.
Dylan."
The
Yeah.
audacity.
But can we all agree on something? Bob Dylan is way more influential than Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah. Miles.
Jack,
Yes,
I was a little worried
yes,
there.
Yeah, me too. I thought Jack just like crashed.
Yeah.
yes. No,
No,
yeah.
this is a great one. And yeah, the band on this one is killing it. Specifically the drummer. Drummer's doing a good job. Shout out to the drummer.
Yeah, shout out
Um,
to John Ray. Yeah.
I have a few things to say. One, Jack, do you think you could recognize a Bruce Springsteen song if Bob Dylan was singing it, or do you think you'd think it's a Bob Dylan song? And then like
I
the
think
other
I
way
could.
around.
I think I could. Yeah.
I think Bruce rocks a good bit harder than Bob Dylan does. Like in a rock and
Yeah.
roll
No, for
sense.
sure. Yeah, for sure. 100%. Yeah.
For sure. What if you've never heard the song before?
I still think I probably. I mean, yeah. Obviously, if Bob Dylan sings "Born to Run," I'm gonna be like, yeah. But
That's a
Well,
Bob
but
Dylan. Yeah, of course he's gonna think it's a Bob Dylan song. He's singing it.
yeah. But if I had never heard it and you were like and I knew like this is either a Bruce Springsteen or Bob Dylan written song, but Bob Dylan's going to be singing it and guess, I think I could figure it out. But it would I think it would be harder than you
that'd be a
think. But
good
I think I could.
challenge video.
Yeah.
Are you saying if you
Yeah.
just heard the instrumental of them?
No, like
No,
like
like you hear
imagine
Bob Dylan singing it.
there's a brand new Bruce Springsteen song that nobody's ever heard, or a brand new song that nobody's ever heard, and Bob Dylan singing it, and it was either written by Bob Dylan or Bruce Springsteen, and nobody's ever heard it, but Bob Dylan singing it. Who do you think you could figure out who wrote it?
Probably not, honestly. I mean,
I think I could do it, but it would be tough because, like you said,
Liam,
the
you also
lyrics
have
are
to
very
assume
different.
you also yeah, I was gonna say you also have to assume like if it's a Bruce Springsteen written song, he's not writing it for Bob Dylan. He's writing
right.
it like
Yeah,
he'd be singing it.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean they
right.
definitely like Bruce definitely has some Bob Dylan sounding songs, especially in the early days, but I think that he has and the E Street Band has enough of their own sound that I think you'd be able to recognize it.
That's fair. Also, my another comment is, how do you think he was stuck in Mobile, but he had the Memphis blues? How do you
I
think
think
that
he was
happened?
just maybe in a ho I don't think he was. I think it's just an analogy. But hypothetically, let's say he was. Maybe he had a show in Mobile, and it was like maybe a couple night run in Mobile, and he was like, "I just want to be in Memphis, man. I'm trying to get out of here."
Okay,
Yeah, like
that's fair.
you being stuck in your hometown or something. You're not
Yeah.
actually there, but it's like it's just way easy. It's just super hard to leave.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to know your guys' opinion on that. Anyway, I think this song is I think it's all right. I like the organ and the I don't know what kind of effect was on the guitar on this one. I just don't know things like that. I'm not old enough, but I really like the instrumentals on it. But yeah, he's just kind of going on, and I don't even know what he's talking about after like 2 minutes. So I just like listen to the guitar, and the instrumentals are good. So it's kind of a good song, but it's like you know what I mean.
Well, I
Yeah, I
think
know exactly.
it's a good song, no matter even with that, Colin. So how about them
Oh,
apples?
Well, that's your opinion.
all
This is getting out of
right,
hand. Let's move
all right.
on.
The fight is
Anywho,
supposed to be between me and Liam, not. You're supposed to be the moderator, CPH. You're not the
Yeah.
very good at
Yeah, let's get more heated with this, Jack,
so
and
I'm like
CPH
Dana White.
that.
Should
moderate more.
Yeah, you look exactly like Dana White. You
I
Yeah.
take my shirt off?
yeah, and shave your head.
Okay.
All right, leopard skin pillbox hat. What a title. Another blues song like that. I thought it was really cool. I going into this, I thought Bob Dylan wrote mainly, and he probably still did. Like I said, I don't know too much of his work, but I thought he mainly was just writing like commentary on like society at the time and stuff like that. And this album so far was a lot more love songs than I was expecting. So this is kind of one of the first like going back to like commentary on society and like capitalism and you know how capitalism is wrong and all that crap. So I did think that that part was cool. Um, but I do think that maybe again vocally this might be one of his worst songs. I think he just sounded drunk the entire time, and I was like, dude, it was just took me out of it so much. It was ridiculous. So I did like it, but again, it was just little too much for me.
Yeah, I like this song actually. Okay. But it's
All
not one
right,
of my
like
more favorites. The whole band I want sounds drunk. And that kind of adds to the vibe. And yeah, it is definitely like about like, materialistic kind of things. Like look at this leopard skin pillbox hat, which is actually a type of hat. I looked it up. Okay.
Is it
We
I
cool?
could
figured it was.
we should
I
buy leopard
figured.
skin pillbox hats for the next Bob Dylan album we do.
That would be a good
Okay,
idea.
Yeah. But
that's a good
no,
idea.
yeah, he's definitely like I think the vocals like I honestly think that like on a song like this, I think it's like the sarcasm kind of thing. Like, oh, look at my hat. Like he's like, I'm so jealous of this leopard skin pillbox hat you have. And I think that might be kind of the vocal effect he's doing. And like I said, not saying he's an amazing he that's not his thing. Singing is not his thing, right? But I
Yeah,
think for what skills he has, I think he's making good use of them as far as like delivering what he's trying to say in the song.
yeah,
But yeah, I like the bluesiness. I'm with Jack. Like there's a lot of love songs and more social commentary than there is like, protests and stuff like that. And it is kind of like feels like him trying to like be a rock guy. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
CP?
Um, I like this one. I think the bluesy guitar on this one, I think it's great. Is that still the same guy playing as you said earlier, but or is it like you said there was a bunch of session musicians
It
on this
could be
album?
Bob Dylan. It could be Robbie Robertson. It's probably Robbie Robertson from the band.
Was he the one doing all the mainly like the real bluesy licks and
Yeah.
whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's great though. This one's kind of like I don't know, kind of like I don't know if ragtime's the right word, but like at an old bar, like an old
Saloon.
saloon or something.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's catchy. It's not really. This isn't really stuff I'd listen to unless I was at a campfire or at a saloon. But I can respect it a lot and the musicianship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whenever Colin is at a saloon, this is what he'd be listening to.
Typically, when
Yeah.
I'm at a saloon, yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't been in one in a while since like '06.
And weren't you born in '06?
No, come on.
So you're one.
No, I was born in '53.
Onk,
Oh,
onk, onk.
punk.
This is AI
All right.
generated right now. This is like you know how there's like a VTuber. That's what I've got going on right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. What's next? Just like a woman. No love song. Wasn't necessarily expecting that. Shows you how much I knew about Bob Dylan coming in. But this point in the album was kind of where I started to be like, all right, these songs are kind of all blending together for me. Um, I didn't necessarily love this one too much. I thought it kind of just blended in to the rest of the album. That's kind of all I really got to say about it. Wasn't thrilled.
I think this is a phenomenal song. And I don't
All
think
right.
this blends in. I don't think this
Good
blends in.
Lord, Lee.
I mean, the whole album, it sounds like the same album, right? It's not like
Right.
what's, I mean, like, you guys thought the Blondie album was like extremely varied. I didn't really think that, but like, what's another one we did that was extremely varied? Like, I don't know. This is kind of like the REM album in that like there's different sounds, but they all are kind of
The
similar.
same.
It's the same band. So this one, um, Jeff Buckley actually does a really good cover of this, to Jack's point of like him making really good songs for people to cover.
I think
Hmm.
Jeff Buckley, hot take. I think he's very good. I think he makes sissy rock though. You won't catch me listening to that shit.
Wow, wow.
CPH too blue collar for that.
Oh yeah.
Wait till we get to that album. But
But don't get
uh
me wrong though, but I'm also like I'm still like I've got a brain, so it's not like I'm just listening to no disrespect, but like I'm
yeah,
not just listening to like Motley Crue, Van Halen, like I listen to like
which is
tasteful
also
stuff. You know what I
awesome.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but it's
listen to
like
Kid Rock, bro.
Yeah.
You love Kid Rock.
That's not awesome. But yeah, I love this song. I love the nylon guitar on it. So this song is
what
actually
does that
somewhat
mean? Nylon guitar. Sorry
it's
to
like
interrupt.
classical guitar, like that acoustic thing. I think
Oh,
musically this song has like the instruments are pulling a lot of the work compared to some of the other songs. Um the bridge, I like that he actually put a bridge in this song. Um and a lot of people have gone on and saying this song is sexist. I did not get that out of it at all. I gotta be honest with you. Maybe that's just my ignorance, but like I sense like the sarcasm, but I think he's just like singing about a woman, like he's highlighting kind of the vulnerability and the femininity of it, like her ribbons and her bows and her pearls, while portraying like the whole breaks like a little girl thing. I don't think that's mean. I think he's just singing about something. You know what I mean? I don't,
Yeah.
so I think that's
tight
kind of
shit.
weird that that's what people got out of this, but I like this song a lot.
I think this song is good. It's 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 like it's pleasant to listen to, but kind of with Jack here, it's like I I appreciate it. It's good. But it's just not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of the real slow Bob Dylan songs on this album. I'm more into like I don't know, just the more upbeat saloon vibe ones.
Yeah. All right. Next up,
This
most
that was
likely.
sorry, that was that's like a campfire song.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
got that, dude.
Next up. Next up. Most likely you go your way, parentheses, and I'll go mine. Drummer's getting it on this one. Like
Yeah.
that. Always like that. Shout out the drummer. Um, it was a nice little jaunty little tune, you know. It's another good night great song. Um, there was really again wasn't much else to say other than it was a little bouncy, little jaunty. I found myself bobbing my head along to it, and that's not something that you can super or say for a whole lot of Bob Dylan songs. But yeah, no, I like this song. Wasn't yeah again like I said, good not great, solid B to B minus maybe.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
That was
Anyway,
Pardon
disgusting.
my French.
this is the start of the third side of the album, so I guess this is like the halfway point, kind of like if you had the vinyl, right? But I do want to say this has a goofy ass intro. The trumpet and the harmonica together going ding, 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 ding. Like it kind of sounds like they were like, we need an intro. Can someone just come up with something real quick? Like they had the song written, but
While they're drunk.
yeah, while they're drunk. And yeah, I mean, this is a good song. It is about kind of like an end of a relationship again. Um, it's another kind of bitter sounding song about like kind of self-preservation where he's telling the person he was with, he's like, hey, like, let's just end this. You just go away. I'll do my thing. Um, I'm with you. Like, this wasn't my favorite at first, but I do appreciate the bouncy vibe, and I think it does kind of break up like after the last two songs. Even though I don't know, dude, because like just like a woman is a slow song and leopard skin pillbox hat is pretty upbeat. So I don't know. I mean I don't think it fully blends together though. I do know what you mean. Like I think the blues ones. CPH said he likes the blues ones. I think those are the ones that all blend in together. I think the slow ones are what break this album up and probably what I prefer, honestly, from Mr. Bobby D. Because if I need a blues rock song, dude, hey, guess what? Yeah, Rolling Stones exist. Like, I still like when Bob
That's
Dylan
true.
does it, and I think it's cool that on this album he really went in that direction, but I like the mellow stuff.
Um, this song, it's good. It's a little catchy tune. You know what I mean? It's not my favorite, but I do like the trumpet on this one, and I think the beginning is it's a little goofy, but it's good. It's nothing to write home about. You know, it's catchy.
All right. All right. Next up, temporary, like Achilles.
Was there a question mark?
Um, no, I decided to
He's
kind of
taking
throw in a
creative
little
liberty. He's the
extra
host. Let
flair.
him do his thing.
Yeah, I'm taking creative liberty. Um, I cannot. I wrote down in my notes. I'm quoting right now from my previous self. I can't believe I haven't mentioned the piano yet on this album because holy shit, it's amazing. I like the piano on this song a lot. On this album, it was really good. The guy who did the keys, his name is Harrius Pig Robbins, which has got to be an all-time piano player name.
Dude, we should make a
Um,
list of like top band member names because like we have that Harrius Pig Robbins, and then also how can we forget Clem Burke?
yeah, yeah. Um, there's got to be a Clyde somewhere. Oh, CPH changed his background. Look at that.
I just got
That's
sent to
cool.
hell.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, because you like rock and roll, brother. So
Yeah.
you go to hell. Um, all right. I never heard the comparison of your ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend as a temporary Achilles, but I think that that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool way to put it because I think I read on the wiki that's what the song is about. It's like an ex-lover's new lover. Um, the guitar tone in the background was super clean, super cool, like that. This is a good song. I like this. I like this one a lot.
Jack, I am so glad you said that because I think this is the sleeper on the album. Like your first listen through, you're like, eh. But then, yeah, the lyrical topic is the analogy is pretty damn cool. Um, Honestly, a lot of the song titles are pretty cool and weird, which I can appreciate. Um, and I think for the blues songs, this one gives the vibe of blues music like the best. Like with the vocal
Hmm.
line and the slow delivery, you're like, he's got the blues. I'm buying it from this dude from Minnesota. Shout out Minnesota. Jack and I have been there together. Jack used to live there. We freaking love Minnesota on this channel. Okay.
Love Minnesota.
So
I'm pretty impartial.
I love this
Go
song. I think
Vikings,
it's a
baby.
great one.
What was with the clap?
Skull. You don't know what skull is? Skull.
No,
So the Vikings fans do. You're such a fucking fake NFL fan, bro.
I never
Yeah, how
claimed to be
did
an NFL fan.
No, I like the Jets.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
you.
like I like the Jets, dude. It's like, do I really like football? No.
you like you like
That's about.
torture?
Yeah.
He
That's about.
likes
Why do you think I'm in hell?
yeah.
That's fine.
Anyway. Temporary like Achilles, is that the one we're doing?
Yes.
Sorry. Um, I just kind of wrote down that this one's like another campfire song. It's not my
Vampire song
favorite.
song.
Wow.
Mid. Mid. I'm saying you're mid. Mid. All right. What's next? Absolutely, Sweet
Sorry, these
Marie.
are all just good songs. Sorry. It's like they're all pleasant to listen to. I enjoy them, but I've never listened to this
It's okay, CPH.
unless
It's
I'm
CPH,
at
it's
a
fine.
campfire.
That's why we're
CPH,
You
doing
guys are
it's
these
making me
fine.
sick.
videos. That's why we're
CPH,
doing these videos.
relax. That's why
Exploring
we're doing this.
these music to see if we like it, see what we how we rank it among other things. Learn
We're on
more.
this journey
Then
together.
We're
stop
on this
hating
journey
on my
together.
opinions or else.
There's gonna be albums that you love that I think are stupid and poopy. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get
Yeah.
there.
I'm gonna take you to school, boy.
Well, whatever.
All right. All right. We're back. All right. We're back. We're back. Absolutely, Sweet Marie. Um, this is another up-tempo song. Made my head bop like that. Really like the chord progressions on this one. I thought those were cool. Um, the wiki on this one said one of his prevailing philosophies was, and I'm quoting, to love outside the law, or sorry, to live outside the law, you must be honest. And this song is about that. So there you go. See, CPH, that was another kind of mid review that I gave. We all do it sometimes. It's all right, buddy. It's okay. I
I
think at the
mean,
end of the day, this song was all right.
I it's not one of the more
Yeah.
like intricate songs on the album. I do like this song. It kind of makes me want to go like this, clap along to it. It's got a nice upbeat kind of gallopy vibe.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's about yearning for an elusive, unreliable lover, really. Like lyrics such as "To live outside the law, you must be honest," which is a very interesting thing to say and makes you kind of think. So I'm glad Jack threw that out there. I like this
Yeah.
one. I like that I like the bouncy, upbeat ones. Like this is not as good as I Want You. It's kind of, I think that would be the most similar song to it on the album, but it's still pretty good.
I like this one. Like I was saying before, I like the more upbeat ones. I wrote down for this one that this one would be, I'd want to be listening to this if I was driving through a valley like up where Jack lives.
Oh, the mountains.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's a yeah, that's a good point. But
That's the vibe that one brings to my head.
there's another song that I think fits that vibe a little bit better, and it's the next one we're about to talk about, Fourth Time Around. Um, I really like this song. I think this is, I guess I'll say it, Liam. I'm sorry, I'm gonna spoil it. This is my favorite one on the album. I really like this song. Um, really like the Simon and Garfunkel kind of sounding guitars. Very, very pleasant to listen to. The bass also adds a really nice kind of undertone to make this whole thing once again very, very pleasurable. I did put in parentheses, if only it had some better vocals. God, God, God. Um, I read on the wiki that this was Bob Dylan's response to Norwegian Wood by the Beatles, and I can very much see that. Any song that's like a 6/8 waltz, like a 6/8 waltz time, is going to be a recipe for success. There's so many examples of songs that are in 6/8 that are just fucking bangers and
Can I
also
get one?
super
Can I get
popular.
some?
If you want recent memory, the song "Flowers" by Miley Cyrus, I believe, is
I
in
don't know
6/8
that,
time.
dude. Come on.
It was a super big hit, so
Why are you being such a
you know
villain in this episode, CPH?
he's in
Just the
hell,
vibe
bro.
I'm bringing today.
He's in hell. Look
Anyway,
at him.
Jack.
There's another love song by some this one singer named
I
Gracie
think my
Abrams that's coming
favorite
out, very
waltz of
popular.
all time is it's the Thanksgiving theme from Charlie Brown, that waltz by Vince
That
Guaraldi.
one.
Wait, you can keep talking 1 sec
Okay.
while I look it
But
up.
yeah, I like that. I like this song a lot. I it just sounded really good. Sounded really cool, and
I
I liked it.
lied. It was the Great Pumpkin Waltz. That one's
Oh,
good. This one. I don't know if we're gonna get copyrighted.
Well, I can't hear it anyway, but I know how it
I can't
goes.
hear it anyway either.
Yeah. Jack, I also like this song a whole lot. I love that part where he's talking about the Jamaican rum, and when I asked, she did come, and then something else I can't forget.
Bomboclad. Sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, the acoustic guitars are super cool. Apparently, he showed the Beatles this song, and according to him, they took it from him.
What? What? What?
And for
And people
Norwegian
say
Wood,
Led Zeppelin stole music.
yeah, which I kind of believe it. I believe it. I
What?
mean, I know
But
he was
they were
friends with the
fuckers
Oh, the
Beatles.
Beatles.
before.
Never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind.
they were fuckers. I mean, Bob Dylan was too, but like people were like, "Oh, it's inspired by Norwegian Wood." They would like ask him, and he's like, "What? No, I made this one, dude." So I think this is almost like a diss to John Lennon in a way, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, I like this one.
Sorry, completely off topic for a second. Is it true? Do you know that only a fool would say that is written in response to Imagine?
I've heard that before. I think it
Because
was.
if
I've heard
so,
that as
that's
well. Yeah.
hilarious.
So Bob Dylan, John Lennon is really good at inspiring songs to diss him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it's a good thing, and we got fourth time around, and only a fool would say that out of it.
Yeah, but isn't Donald Fagen kind of just like a piece of crap? Like, weren't they trying to, when they were doing a documentary about him, he was just being a piece of crap about it or something?
I don't think I don't. I've never met him.
I feel like you told me that.
Hey, friend of the channel, friend of the channel,
Yeah,
friend of the channel.
yeah. You can ask me about Tommy Stinson from The Replacements. I know him. You can ask me about, the big man's son. I know him. Both good guys.
You can ask him about me. You've met me.
I know Jack.
Jack, I know
You know,
you. God.
yeah, but I don't know Donald Fagen, so um, I can't really comment on that. But what do you think about the song, Little Collie,
Oh,
Little Cauliflower,
um,
Little Foo Foo Woos?
LP Dubs. I like the song. Also like the acoustic guitar on this one. Has a nice harmonica solo. This one, I definitely would be probably wanting to set it at a campfire. Listen to this one.
Damn,
You like campfires, don't you?
yeah,
If I was listening to this album, I'd probably want to be at a campfire, probably drinking
That's
beers.
fair.
interesting
Ooh,
take.
that sounds like a good time.
Sounds like a good time. I would be there.
You know, I turned 21 in like 4 months. That's crazy. I'm getting old, man.
And you've had
Yeah, that's so
beers
old, dude.
before.
Mm. What?
No, he has not.
You literally
Mm.
said you wish you were at a campfire drinking beers, so you just outed
Yeah,
yourself.
that's the vibe. I've never been to a campfire either.
All right, next up. Obviously,
Duh.
obviously, Five Believers. Duh. Um, this is a cool little bluesy song. I like this a little bit. It was like a dive. I expected to hear it at a dive bar. Um, there's like the post chorus like guitar slash harmonica duo was really sick. I like that a lot. Yeah, no, this is another good little blues song. Thought it was cool. Thought it was all right.
Yeah, another relationship song. I think this is like the most aggressive blues. This is the most like blues rock song, I would say. I think that's got to be not Bob Dylan playing that harmonica. It just doesn't sound like his style.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think the band is killing it on this, and I like this song a lot. And obviously, Five Believers.
duh.
Yeah, obviously, Five Believers is. I like this one. I like the real bluesy electric guitar on this one. Um, Vibe this one brings to my brain is I would want to be at some like real redneck bar and then just make. I'd want to be dancing and drinking. This one really
Yeah,
makes this
again, you're
album.
outing yourself, dude. You just said dancing and drinking. There's another
Obviously,
one. Yeah,
Jack and I
you're
are not
outing
one of the
yourself.
Five Believers. I think you could
Yeah,
say.
yeah. I'm not. I'm a
Jack,
disbeliever,
I could say
obviously.
that a song makes me want to skydive. I've never skydived before.
First of all, it's skydove if you're using it in the past tense, and
I
second of
don't do
all,
that.
Damn, Bob Dylan over here with the.
you don't use past tense. Oh, you're like one of those guys like, oh, I don't use pronouns. That's what you sound like right now.
You're such a dork.
I'm not a dork. You're a dork. Dork
I'm gonna
people do
take you to
this.
school.
Dork do that.
Yeah, dork would do that.
Nah, no, Dork would not do
A
that, dude.
dork would totally do that.
Nah,
That's such a
you're
dorky
wrong.
thing to do.
You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm at the Taj Mahal and you're wrong. Okay,
I heard
so
dorks go to the Taj Mahal.
yeah.
You're in
Now
hell.
we get to the Charleston shoe of the album, the prog rock epic,
The last song,
which takes up an entire side of an album, might I add.
sad-eyed lady of the lowlands.
What the hell was that face?
Um, I'm just that's what's it's a sad-eyed face.
That was kind of anime
I'm
right there.
dying to hear what Jack has to say about this one.
So apparently, Bob Dylan thinks, according to the Wikipedia, Bob Dylan thinks that this is the best song he ever wrote.
What do you just trust everything you read on the internet?
Remember when teachers used to not let us use Wikipedia because they're like anybody can
Yeah,
edit it?
that's such bullcrap. That is true.
That's so
And
stupid. Right.
now in this series we exclusively use Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's the only thing we use. All
Nuh-uh.
right. All right, back to it, back to it, back to it. Lock in. Let's wrap it up here. So he said this is the best song he ever wrote, and I can understand why he said that, but I do not agree at all. I hated the song. I was bored for 11 and a half minutes, dude. This
It's
song sucked.
14 minutes.
Oh shit. All
So
right,
there was a
see, I
few
lost
minutes that
time.
you liked like 3 minutes of it.
I don't know why I wrote 11 minutes, but I was
I
bored the
feel
entire
like
time.
when I listened to it, it also said 11 minutes.
Maybe I'm just wrong actually.
Yeah, you stupid
Yeah.
idiot.
I don't
Oops,
know. I was bored however long the song was, that's how long I was bored. This was a very boring song. I did not like it. I can respect it. It sounds very extremely
11,
personal to
16.
Bob Dylan. See? 11:16.
Sorry.
Um, it's
I'm
okay.
sure.
Just never fucking do that again.
honest.
Um, um, so it sounded very personal to Bob Dylan. I can understand why he likes it, and it to your point, as you said earlier, Liam, he does kind of strike me as the type of guy who doesn't really give a fuck. So whatever. But this was just so fucking boring, dude. Oh my god. I thought it was way too long. You probably could have cut it in half, and it still would have been too long. But this song sucked. This was straight up. Did not enjoy this song. Maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was a bad song because, like, I do think again for a subjective media, objectively, it's probably like pretty well written and well put together and everything. But I just did not enjoy it. So there's that.
So yeah, I can understand why Bob Dylan said that's his favorite song he's ever written. He even referenced the song in a later song called Sarah. Now, Sarah was his wife who he wrote this for. They later got divorced. Okay. Very
Oh,
sad.
what happened?
I don't know. Probably Bob Dylan being a fucker. But um, I think this is a
I
great
bet it
song.
was her fault.
I think it was a great song,
Wow.
Jack, and I just kind of got lost in it. It is incredibly long. Do not get me wrong. It is long, but the length didn't bother me. I just kind of threw it on, let it vibe out to it. Can you imagine if you're his wife and you got this song written for you? Like from a lady's perspective, that was probably awesome from her
You know
perspective.
he got head that night. You
Yeah.
know he got head
You
that
know,
night.
yeah, you know he did, bro. And I like when he
Yo,
says, with your pockets well protected at last and your streetcar visions, which you place on the grass. Also, another cool line with your childhood flames on your midnight rug and your Spanish manners and your mother's drugs and your cowboy mouth and your curfew plugs. Who among them do you think could resist you? And then he goes, Sad-eyed lady of the lowlands. Sorry, I just had to do that. But I do like how the band at one point, they also did not know what the hell was going on. So you can hear the drums come in at one point. Like they're like, okay, we're picking it up now. And then they just kind of stop because they're like, oh, I guess we're going to keep going. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like the song a lot.
yeah, TBH. I'm kind of impartial to this one. Like, I can understand why it's a good song, but I also agree with Jack. It could definitely be cut in half, and I'd like it a lot more. It's just kind of drags on for a while, and then even longer, and then even a little longer than that.
Hmm.
But it's still enjoyable.
All right, fellas, we did it. First Bob Dylan album,
As a closer, it's like
first
kind
double
of chill.
album. So let's start off with this. What didn't you like about it?
Should I go first?
Well,
Let
I feel
comment.
like you're just gonna say his voice.
His
Let
vocals, dude. His vocals friggin' suck, bro. Um, Other than that, that's by far the biggest problem I have with this album. It's not even fucking close. I don't really have a problem with it other than that, to be honest. I think
oh,
maybe it was a little long. I would have cut obviously the last song. And then maybe stuck inside a mobile. I would have cut like a minute or two off that, but that one I is less egregious. Other than the vocals, I really didn't have that much problem with it, but the vocals were a big problem. So,
CPH.
I didn't have a huge problem with the vocals. I definitely there were I guess in just the longer songs that dragged on, his vocals would kind of start to get on my nerves a little bit. But overall, I don't really have a problem with his vocals. A lot of the real slow love songs, they're just kind of like I'm not huge fans of them. It's not really my thing. Um, But like I've been saying, and like you guys were saying, it's great musicianship throughout the album. Like I have no complaints about the guitar playing or the organ or the keyboard or the drums or any of that.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to nitpick, I think the pacing of the album is weird in spots. Like when it's like goes slow to blues to slow to blues. Like it's not like every other song, but at points it feels like that. But at the same point, I don't really know what I would have made the track listing. Like the closer and the opener are where they should be for sure. And the rest, it kind of feels like it almost doesn't matter because it's like a double album. The whole point of a double album is like, hey, put it all out there, see what happens. Um, but I gotta say, bro, I am not. I'm sick of the Bob Dylan vocal thing, dude. I like I get it, Jack, but I just feel like it's not the point of his music. But with that being said, I can understand why that would be, not everyone's thing. But I think he is probably the best lyricist of all time. Again, subjective, but I think he is one of the only artists ever, like along with like Mozart and Robert
Frank Zappa.
Johnson and no, not Frank Zappa. He
I
like
think he's a
literally
better
not just
lyricist than Bob Dylan.
not just changed music. He kind of like changed the world in a lot of respects, like with his earlier stuff. Not so much this, but like um also like I feel like he kind of invented like l lyrics meaning something other than just you're in love with a girl in rock music at
Yeah,
least, which I
yeah.
can certainly appreciate.
That's pretty cool.
And
I
again,
didn't
I can
know
I
that.
can I can respect all that, and that is true. But I don't know if I necessarily care what the point of his music is when there's such a glaring flaw to me that I'm getting taken out of it anyway.
Right.
Like
Yeah, no,
it's
I
like
get that.
like like he, and again, I fully admit that he's a fantastic songwriter, probably again lyrically probably the best to ever do it. I'll give you all that. But when he's got such a fucking jarring voice where it sounds like he's drunk the entire time, I'm like, bro, I can't do it. Like it almost all that doesn't matter to a
Yeah,
point.
no, hey,
Obviously,
if you
it'd be a lot worse if he sucked at everything, but still, it's like that's why I'm saying like he makes music that is designed to be covered. Like it is
I feel like it's more
perfect.
background music almost.
You look like a floating head in hell right now.
yeah.
What's all going on?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if you don't like it, I wasn't arguing you not liking it. I was just giving my point. I like his vocals. I think they got a lot of spunk. I do think this album has to be the one that has his most stereotypical. Like, he sounds like he's imitating himself on the album. And
Yeah,
honestly, like, I
yeah.
almost feel like he may have been. Like, the whole album has kind of has a sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek element to some extent, you know?
Maybe he was, and maybe he
Yeah,
got me. But I
yeah.
will also say this before we move on. I To his credit, I was expecting to think like basically the entire maybe not the entire time, but at least at one point or another, I was fully expecting to think like, oh, Bob Dylan's pretentious, Bob Dylan's a douchebag. Like he's too his head's too big, he's too full of his own shit. And I never once thought that. I like he towed the line between pretentious and actually like, philosophical. I think he towed that line very well.
Yeah, he
So
seems kind of like true to
yeah,
himself is what I get out of it. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
exactly.
like he kind of has like that pretentious kind of aura that people I think it's more so people say that, but like um I am with you. I don't get that vibe like at all, really.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what did you like about it, Mr. Jump?
I like the songwriting a lot. I like the instruments a whole lot. I think the band did a fantastic job. Specifically the keyboard player. Shout out to Harrius Hig Robbins. That's an all-time name and an all-time piano player. Um, I like the songwriting a lot. I like the orchestration. I like basically everything about it other than the singing and a few of the song lengths. The production was really cool as well. I liked all that stuff.
Colin?
What's the question?
What did you like about it?
Sorry. Um, I liked most parts of it. Like, I really like all the musicianship. I think I was just kind of saying that. Um, I think I don't really I don't know. A lot of times I'm not really paying attention to the content of the lyrics, I'd say. I'm just kind of more listening to the music as a whole. So I don't know about like Bob Dylan's lyricism, I guess. I also just am not really aware of his influence. I didn't know like he was the one bringing what you were saying about like into rock lyrics. He was the first one singing about not just girls. Like I didn't really know any of that, but it doesn't really change anything for me. But still, I like his voice in a lot of the songs. I like most aspects of it.
So I would say this is properly rated. It's not the thing is it's not possible for it to be underrated like for anything Bob Dylan does.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you said it was, you're wrong. It's not. But I think it's properly rated. Like I think it's a really good album. I think it's really cool that he kept on pushing boundaries with having a band, and I think this was probably like his final push of that. Like we're really gonna go for it. Um, Lyrics were cool on a lot of songs. Good variety, in my opinion, to kind of show what the band is capable of, kind of like backing up and adapting to his lyrics and stories. I think it's properly rated.
I agree. I also think it's properly rated for the kind of the same reasons. I feel
I
like
think.
so
Oh, sorry, go
popular.
ahead.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hmm. I
yeah.
think it is properly rated in terms of influence for sure. Honestly, in terms of influence, you might be able. I might disagree with you, Liam, and you might be able to make the case that it's a little underrated. But
Yeah, okay, I
in
can
terms
see
of
that.
influence, in terms of influence, but in terms of the album in itself, I think it is overrated. But again, I'm kind of a certified Bob Dylan hater, so
Do you have
take
like
that
a
with a
card
grain
for
of
that?
salt. No, not yet. We're in the final steps of getting them in.
Final score or least favorite songs? I'll go. Least favorite is probably most likely You Go Your Way. No, maybe Leopard Skin Pillbox Hat. That's probably my least favorite. Favorite might have to go I Want You. Great song.
I think I agree. I think that's also my favorite. Um, Least favorite, I would say, I don't know, maybe Pledging My Time. I didn't really like that one.
Interesting.
My favorite is Fourth Time Around. Like that song a lot. And least favorite, not really necessarily close. Sad Eyed Lady, The Lowlands.
Jack, what would you give your final score? Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Liam, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
I gave it a
Wow, that's
seven.
pretty
I gave it a
good.
seven. I gave it a 7 out of 10. And because again, if you look past, I was able to look past the vocals at a certain point and be like, this is objectively good music. Like that's kind of the whole thing I have with this album and Bob Dylan. Like I said before, music and art and everything is a subjective medium, subjective form of, you know, media, I guess. But there is a level of objectivity to it. I think you can say this person is better than that person, you know. Even
Sure.
if like a perfect example, I think is the first few Ween albums. Objectively, they are bad music, but there's a lot of people who listen to it and like it. And Bob Dylan is kind of the that personified for me.
Are they the
Um,
guys who made the Tie in the Shoe song?
yes, from SpongeBob. Um, uh, Bob Dylan's kind of that personified, where it's like this. Just I'm never gonna listen to it on my own. I maybe have one song now that I'm gonna listen to, and this is like I wanted to give it a worse score to be honest, but I was like, I just can't deny that this is he's doing his job well. He's doing it well. What he does well.
And that
So it's
has
just
made you enjoy it more, you'd say? Just like out of respect?
yeah, I would say enjoy it more, and also just kind of almost giving it its flowers. Like I could have given this a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10 in terms of enjoyment. Honestly, in terms of enjoyment, it probably was down there, maybe a little higher. But overall, like I had to kind of look at it objectively a little bit and be like, he's not bad. It's just not for me. Vocally, he's bad, but in every other way, it's just like he's doing a good job. It's just not for me. So give it a 7 out of 10. I was thinking about going six, but I was like, man, honestly, yeah, maybe it is more in line with 6 out of 10. Uh, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I talked myself to it. Sorry, Liam. I talked too long. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 because that is a good
Maybe
album, but I'm never gonna.
a 6.5?
All right, fine. All right, fine, Liam. As the owner of this channel, I'll give you a six.
Well, so is that your final answer?
My
Six
final
and a
six and
half?
a half. Six and a half.
Okay, so similarly, I'm going to give this a 9.5 because I really like this album. There's not a lot I dislike about it at all. And I think this rewards you the more you listen to it. I think it gets better the more you listen to it. But for some reason, I can't give it a 10. I think it's just because I don't think it's perfect, but also that's kind of the charm of it. but I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
All right.
I give it a lot of pressure on me right now. I'm getting stressed out. Just kidding, guys. I'm gonna give it a 7. And that's really only because I think that all the musicians on the album are so damn good.
Yeah, the band was really cool. The band was really cool.
That's
So
why
that
I
would
give it a
make
7.
our final
I
score.
think that fully makes this album like listenable to me is the fact that all the musicians are they're just going to work, you know what I mean?
They're going to school, dude. So
Yeah.
that puts this at a 7.6 out of 10.
Jack,
Uh,
what's 7.6 backwards?
6.7. Which means that we like it less than Crosby, Stills, and Nash, but more than Doolittle by the Pixies. So I,
Yeah.
I think
Wait,
that's
That's
no.
fair.
fair.
I
Yeah.
think that's fair.
I I like
Yeah, because
Doolittle less.
Marrakesh Express is better than anything I've ever heard from Bob Dylan.
That's fucking cap.
That is
Anyway,
that is true.
all
That is
right.
true.
Well, next album is Back to Black, Amy Winehouse, and I guess we'll get right into it once I stop hitting record and then start
Yeah.
recording the next one.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's
All
just
right,
do
so
that.
see you guys soon.